Thanks, Katrina. Now, the film director James Cameron has been at IBC for the second year running. He's here to talk about his pioneering work in 3D technology. He's also been making the film of his amazing submarine journey to the bottom of the Mariana Trench, the deepest point in the ocean. I caught up with James and his business partner, Vince Pace, and I asked him to explain how he filmed his big dive.
So there were no off-the-shelf solutions for propulsion, for flotation, for lighting, for camera systems that could deal with that pressure regime. So the difficulty for us was the complexity of developing all of these things simultaneously in parallel. Every system on the vehicle, including all the imaging systems, were developed from scratch. And I just want to show you something. We developed a little camera right here. This is a 1080, 1920, 24p camera that's fully self-contained, that puts out fiber. It's fiber coming out of this. So this was the core of our external imaging system. So we wrapped a couple of these babies in titanium housings, and it looks like this. Total, and most of the weight of what I'm holding in my hand is this boss right here, which goes into the pan and tilt. The actual cameras themselves here combined weigh about 4.5 pounds, and they're rated to an external pressure of 16,500 psi. I hung this out on the end of a 6-foot camera boom that was hydraulically articulated. I could actually turn around and image the sub itself in situ, because there was nobody else down there with me to take that picture. The stereo pays off when you get close to rocks and creatures that are swimming in the foreground and so on. And there's just more of a heightened sense for the audience that you're actually physically there, 7 miles down, seeing something nobody's ever seen before. And that's what we'll be blowing this up to IMAX and putting it in digital 3D theaters around the world in April of next year. Wow. And eventually it'll come to broadcast. I know, but I think what you get from a broadcast perspective is you get a very tiny 24p, full HD feed coming out as fiber, so you can put these things all over the place. And when there's enough pressure on you, you come up with some interesting solutions.
James Cameron, who's here in Amsterdam. He's a big fan of IBC, and according to him, the show continues to encourage and inspire new ways of thinking. You're watching IBC TV News. A little later in the program, Flying the Flag, we look at the countries who are promoting their broadcast entrepreneurs. But first, one of the highlights of this event is the Sunday night awards ceremony. Each year, IBC honors companies from all sectors of the industry, plus individuals who've made a significant contribution in their field. Gillian Kelly reports.
This year's Innovations Award winners were narrowed down from a long list. A second screen app for a zombies TV show, The Walking Dead, triumphed for FX UK and Red Bee Media. The conference prize category went to the Fraunhofer Institute. Motor racing's NASCAR won in the Content Management Innovation category for its use of video capture and replay. The third of the Innovation Awards was for content delivery. UK broadcaster Channel 4 walked away the winners for its 4OD service. The judges' prizes are the most prestigious. This year, IBC recognised the file-based workflow system FIMS and gave its Judges' Prize to the Advanced Media Workflow Association and the European Broadcasting Union.
NHK Science and Technology Research.
The highest award went to the Science and Technical Research Laboratories at Japan's NHK. IBC's International Honour for Excellence recognised the engineering brilliance at NHK for 80 years, including most recently Super High Vision.
The IBC Awards presented here last night. Now let's take a look at some of today's conference sessions. Today's auditorium sessions are all to do with cinema. At 9:30, the subject is 3D filmmaking. Some directors see stereography as a separate craft, like lighting and sound. This approach will be explored by a panel of specialist journalists. Next, why budget-wary producers should wake up to 3D. Many filmmakers fear the cost of shooting in stereo, but if properly planned, it may not put too much on the budget. The first afternoon session will pose the question, does digital imaging now hold all the aces over film? That's at 1. And finally, in the auditorium, there's a look at the latest tools for digital production. That runs from 3 to 4:30. Elsewhere in the conference, immersive audio, the next dimension. This session looks at the latest developments in surround sound, including the 22.2 channel system employed with super high vision. That's at 9:30 in the Emerald Room. In rooms G102 and G103 at 11:30, radio comes under the spotlight with a session that looks at the digital switchover. And one other session to mention, metadata may sound dangerously boring, but without it, there'd be no file-based delivery. This session explores why producers need to know about system architecture. It starts at 1 in room E102. Now, today our regular zoned-in strand departs from its normal format. We usually focus on a particular zone of the show, but this time we're looking at some of the national pavilions at IBC. They showcase products made by small companies, giving them a chance to appear on a bigger stage. Katrina Renton zones in.
With 50,000 delegates from all over the world, IBC is the place to be seen. But it's not just the big names who are here. A number of countries have taken the initiative to put themselves on the map.
As a Scot, I think I know my country pretty well, but I thought I'd better come along to the Scotland stand to see what they're telling people at IBC Scotland has on offer.
So basically we have a large community of digital media companies. We have over 100 production companies in Scotland and 300 facilities companies, and also a whole bunch of companies dealing with technology and also digital media, software, that type of thing. So what we do is we brought and hold the whole group across here, a group of 11 or 12 companies, to promote themselves internationally to a huge global audience.
And this idea of giving young businesses a break has been tried and tested by Israel.
Now, one of the objectives of the Israel stand is to give small startup companies a platform. Now, the inventor of this, the USB flash drive concept, Dov Moran, joins me now, and you know all about the value of this.
Well, I know some of the value of this. It is very important. Small companies don't have the resources, the funds to go build a big place like the places here, all around here. So this is a great platform that allows, first of all, place for them to go and meet other companies. The Israel Export Institute has the capabilities and knowledge and the know-how to bring players here to come and speak with those companies. This is really important.
And there's a reason why this part of Canada has chosen to be here.
Ontario is Canada's ICT powerhouse. The companies come to IBC to find partners and foster partnerships and showcase their innovative technologies and products.
And this is a place for emerging markets to get their message around the world.
Well, we've come along here to Brazil's stand at IBC. Now, you can see there are 6 companies that have all come together on the same platform to show that the country wants to become known as a global leader in TV and technology. I'm joined by Carlos Fructuoso from Hitachi. So basically, what's happening here on the Brazil stand? What do you want to get out of being at IBC?
Oh, we want to present our solutions to this world, including Africa, because here's the point for lots of Africans to visit.
So you see, governments and enterprise companies at IBC are looking at new ways to do things too.
Katrina Renton reporting there. Now, before we go, I should remind you that there's a world exclusive coming up tonight at IBC's Digital Cinema. You can enjoy the first complete screening of Martin Scorsese's Hugo 3D. This will be the first time a feature-length movie has been shown in high brightness 3D using laser projection technology. That's Hugo 3D on the big screen at 6:30 tonight. And that's all we have for you for today. We're back tomorrow for the last of our 5 shows from IBC. Do join us then.